welcome into the cutest interview you are going to see today. Although the 4th of July is over, fireworks season can sometimes last all summer long. So this morning we have John and Canine Micah from the West Fargo Fire Department here to teach us about fireworks safety. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, the whole studio lit up. People from the newsroom came in all to get a glimpse of Canine Micah. And I got to tell you, the sweetest canine I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But that's probably the key, right? To look unsuspecting and then just to be a true professional.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So tell us about the work that you and Canine Micah do.
So Micah and I are an accelerant detection team. Micah was trained through the State Farm program for accelerant detection. It used to be called arson.
Okay.
So if we are out on a scene, we're actually looking for accelerants. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we're suspicious that it's arson. Okay. But our job is to come out and try to help find some evidence that will help in maybe prosecuting a potential arsonist.
Okay, I'm telling you, it's so unsuspecting. She looks like the dog next door.
Yeah.
What breed is Micah?
Micah is an English lab.
An English lab.
Yep. So she's a little bit thicker than a normal lab.
Okay.
A little bit shorter, stockier, longer hair.
So fully trained as a canine. How old is Micah?
Micah's 5, and I've been a team with her for 3 years now.
Okay, so what's interesting though is there a difference between a police canine and a fire canine?
Yes.
Okay.
So most police canines are actually toy or like play reward. So that means if they do something, they get a ball or they get to play.
Okay.
Micah is actually a food reward dog. So every single meal that she eats is actually out of my hand, and she has to walk around and she has to sniff and try to find accelerant.
For every single thing
Every single meal. So when she's eating, she's actually smelling accelerants, which is putting into her mind that accelerants are food.
So she lives with you?
She lives with me.
Okay.
She's with me 24/7.
So the bond is unreal. Man's best friend to a whole new level. Yep. So what type of scenarios would you and Micah be called for? When would you really be out on the job?
Yeah, so we in this area are technically called out to pretty much any fire, even if it's unsuspicious. But we do get called to pretty much every single suspicious fire. If there's some type of maybe trail that you see with accelerants, she'll be called out to it, or if the fire just seems suspicious, we'll go out to it.
So as we mentioned, 4th of July is over, but unfortunately that doesn't mean the fireworks are necessarily over. Yeah. What does that mean for you as a department? Is it kind of your busy season? What's that like?
Well, summer's always a busy season. People like to have bonfires. They like to grill. So summer's just always busy with that type of stuff. But fireworks, we continuously hear them. Even lately, the last couple days, we've heard them after the 4th. So we're always out there. We're trying to stop the fireworks from causing fires and injuries.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of know this scenario. There's no such thing as a safe firework, right? We're all familiar with that. But what are your best tips, maybe, to kind of have a safe summer? Yeah,
so to stay safe with fireworks, you want to make sure that they're on a level ground. Make sure that they're stable. Make sure that there is some sort of extinguishing agent around, maybe a bucket of water or a hose or a fire extinguisher. Also having a bucket of water available to put your spent fireworks into so that they don't start the garbage can on fire. She looks like she's having a lot of fun.
I love this dog, you guys. Truly, she comes in, her demeanor would be just the neighborly dog, your own dog that lives with you.
Exactly.
But that's the key, you know, you're unsuspecting. She is a true professional.
Yep, exactly.
So would that be your same advice safety-wise for bonfires, grilling? Is that kind of just an overarching idea?
Yeah, the biggest thing with bonfires and grilling is making sure you're not leaving it unattended. Fires can spread very quick, especially if we're dry. We got lucky this 4th of July. We had a lot of rain. Which kind of helped stop the fires from spreading pretty quick. Yeah. West Fargo, it wasn't a quiet night because fireworks were going off, but it was quiet fire-wise, which was great. Yep.
So where can people go for any more information?
They can actually go right to our webpage, westfargofire.org, which actually takes you to the city webpage and the fire department webpage. And we have a section on firework safety, bonfire safety, a lot of different safety tips on there.
Yeah, well, that's great. It's great to stay informed. So is Micah your first canine? Is this your typical route of action? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Micah is actually one of 85 throughout the U.S. and Canada. Yeah, so we got lucky to get one here. She is my first canine. She's our department's first canine. Yeah. And first through this program in the region. So we actually can cover part of Minnesota and part of North Dakota.
Okay, and then what is the choosing process like when selecting the breed or the dog specifically when it comes to fire department canines?
Yeah, so through this program, almost all the dogs were seeing eye dogs at one point. So she was actually trained for the first year of her life or so to be a seeing eye dog. She gets really excited when she meets other dogs, so she pulls. So she got repurposed into the accelerant detection canine program and trained through that. Her and I spent 200 hours in New Hampshire training together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is that 24/7 too? Is that
That was pretty much 24/7 while we were out there. It was 5 a.m. to late at night.
Yeah.
We had spare dogs that needed to be trained, so I was part of that group that got to train those as well.
And then was that the personal, is that where the hand feeding began?
Yes. All of the training, hand feeding wise, started
Yeah.
while I was out there in New Hampshire, and we worked through just the basic, which is a can with accelerant in
Yeah.
it. That's what she gets in the morning and at night. And then we also just kind of spread through scent discrimination. So she can actually tell the difference between a distilled petroleum and a manufactured petroleum that you see in plastics.
Okay, everyone Google what that means.
Yeah.
Micah is on it. You know, a very invaluable asset to the West Fargo Fire Department.
She is. She cheers everybody up in the community and at our station.
Yeah. And at our station. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you both so much for coming on this morning.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Micah, come back anytime. She's my kind of gal. Food reward, working gal.
Yep.
Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with a daily dose of motivation right here on North Dakota Today.